Welcome back, and thanks for all the questions that you've been asking on JimTV. Ron from Plymouth wrote in asking about how I feel about Glass-Steagall and reinstating that in the Sherman Antitrust Act. And let me tell you, getting back to some of the regulation that was in place with Glass-Steagall that separated investment banking from commercial banking and creating some of the transparency that's necessary to make sure we know where our dollars are being invested and we know what kind of risk we're investing in is incredibly important. And reinstituting components of Glass-Steagall, the main components that really talk about that separation between the types of banking, safe commercial lending and banking versus the higher risk investment kind of banks, is absolutely critical to that. It's something that virtually every expert in finance and Wall Street says needs to happen. It's the way that the banking structure in Europe and other parts of the world are happening also. So that's something we got to get done. Frankly, we should have done that before we actually put the TARP program in place also. We should have linked those two, but we didn't, so now we got to come back and clean it up, and I'm frustrated that it hasn't been done yet. And as far as the Sherman Antitrust Act goes, we've got a lot of very large multinational conglomerates, and that act was put in place to make sure that there's a good marketplace in place, that there's fair competition, that there aren't companies who are controlling a particular segment of the economy, and we need to continually look at that. I mean, these kinds of regulations create a good, stable, level playing field for responsible companies. That's something that we need to remember all the time, and reinstituting Glass-Steagall and making sure that we're creating a level playing field for companies and we don't have monopolies that control too much of the market are absolute foundations to making sure we have a stable, responsibly growing economy. So that's how I feel about that, and thanks for the question again, Ron, and I look forward to answering more and having more of this discussion.